So what's probably going to happen is that once I actually turn this in after this episode, at the end of this episode, I'll probably get all the classes up to 30 so I can get ready for that. But I think the more important thing right now is I kind of need to explain what I've been doing with our grand company. So you can't really see it too well over here. That way it's a little bit more visible. Like, as you can see, we currently have 11,000. If we were to click on it with a right click, we can switch between what we're currently observing, which we can set up here. I don't have anything else that I would set right there. We could set ventures, but there's no reason. And we currently have 9,000. It's enough for us to get to the next rank, but we can't, because what we have to do is we have to fill out the Immortal Flames hunting log, at least to rank 1. Okay, it's right here. So by completing rank 1, we're able to shift from the white to the yellow to get to a petty officer. And once we get there, we have to complete rank 2 to get to second flame lieutenant. And to get anywhere higher than, I think, to get to like flame captain or something, you have to do 3. Yeah, so, but you'll notice that it's like, okay, we have to go to Upper Lenosia. Like, that's relatively simple. We can take the ship over here, we could travel up here, and it's right here. We can even like fast travel to Ailport to take them out. But the overall problem is not actually where they are, or even level, because this one's in Corthus, which we haven't been to yet, and Corthus as a starting level is like 30, because that's when you get there in the, that's when you properly get there in the MSQ, but like, the thing is that if you looked carefully, we needed to go to a place in Eastern Thanalan called Hatali. So each of the grain companies have like, I think 2, maybe 3 dungeons that are associated with their area, and for their hunting logs, they want you to go into them for you. This character over here, Nedrick, is the character that dispenses those. We have Hatali, Brave Deaths, and Gold. Hatali is the one that we need to do. New Depths is the third one. Second one for Thanalan. And Gold is the second one for Corthus, which again we can't get until we're like level like 47. So we're gonna grab Hatali, which is level 20, and we're gonna do this. Nedrick of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn has some useful information he wishes to share. Hail there, adventurer. I'm Nedrick Ironheart, an explorer by trade and a scion by allegiance. And you, my friend, look to me, an adventurer in need of a challenge. Happen to know just the place that will offer it to you. Tucked away in a corner of Eastern Thanalan lies Hatali. And it is there that you will find the excitement you crave. The place boasts a storied history. It was built some 100 years past as a training ground for gladiators. The calamity laid ruin to it, though as it did with most things. Now, Hatali is a shadow of its former self, but in the dark of that shadow lurks wild beasts, both bloodthirsty and beyond count. For one such as yourself, I dare say there is no finer place than Hatali to test skills and refine your technique. Indeed, I have taken the liberty of passing your name along to the Flames who oversee the place. Should you visit, speak with one Fafajoni near the entryway. Okay. Now I've got to check the recording to see if it messed up my audio because I dropped my mic. So since we're traveling over there, I might as well explain something. When I was leveling up all of my, classes, you know, I kind of noticed that, once again, we're sharing a lot of gear. Uh, the tanks don't want to equip any of the tank stuff because it's got higher vitality. But it's like, tenacity is right there, and it's like, nope, we don't recognize tenacity as a valid skill. Yeah, tanks are grabbing DPS armor, the DPS are grabbing the caster armor, and it's all kind of funny, you know? But I think at the end of the day, this is the problem with gear from 2.0 as a whole, is that once you start getting out of 2.0 gear, you start running across gear that says no. Monk is a class that uses striking gear. Please equip striking gear to Monk, and they get a little bit disconnected, you know. So it's like Monk and Samurai share armor, and Dragoon and Reaper share armor, and all the tanks share armor, all the healers share armor, all the casters share armor. And it gets to about that. Why are these not usable? But yeah, at this stage of the game, we're gonna just keep sharing armor until we hit the Ironworks gear at 50. And at that point, it's not even gonna matter. I might not even get the Ironworks gear because, like, my train of logic is that I kind of wanted to use... No, the design isn't gonna change. Never mind. Because we could just glamour it to be something else. If it is the Halls of Atali you seek, you need seek no further. Permit me to tell you something about this place. The name comes from an ancient tongue. Halatali means the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors first settled, and you came all this way here for you did not come all this way here for a lesson in history. Listen. Do you not hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake the very earth beneath you? Those sounds are the work of no wind, my friend, nor that rumbling the doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Hatali. And know those beasts once kept in the Colosseum lurk here. And those are no gentle beasts broken by the hand of man. No, there are those within that even the might of the immortal flames cannot tame. From the looks of you, you must be blue. I have received word from Nedrick that you might be along. By his recommendation, I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray that you are able to find your way out. I don't need any of these, so I'll just get the bronze pieces. Halatali is now available. How about we actually go in with Pugilist, since it is our lowest class right now. Yeah, I feel like that's worth it. Originally a holy place for the first Lullafelt arrived in Eorzea, the twisting labyrinth of natural caverns which wind through this massive mesa. Dang it, I did it again. I pronounced it like massive mesa was transformed by the Gladiators Guild into a series of training pits, animal pens, and holding cells to accommodate the ever-growing popularity of Uldah's Colosseum. After the calamity, however, the location was abandoned. Those remaining in the pens left for dead. Not all of them, however, met that fate, and now the tunnels are rife with those who survived, as well the tormented spirits of those who did not. Okay. I'm gonna just join this and wait for it to pop. Oh, we're probably gonna get some gear here that will have absolutely no bearing on things, but some of the doctor gear is actually okay to look at. It's just that I'm kind of on a crusade against getting dungeon gear in A Realm Reborn, because all the dungeon gear kind of messes with gear stats, where it's like, here's a level 25 item, your class at level 40 is still going to want to use it because it has +1 to a random stat it thinks. Like, our healer right now, like, up until I got this ring, still wanted to equip the gathering gear on it because, like, for some reason, it assumed that raising their gathering points was also raising their mana, and it was kind of weird. Like, and also this, which is removing our glasses, which always kind of sad. Yeah. Anyway, oh, I should probably show this off. So I realized why it wasn't doing this, in which the character then goes into an idle pose while their weapon is out. Like, if I were to do that with Gladiator, after a bit she will, like, basically stand down, effectively. Like that. And I was wondering why that is, and it's because I forgot to actually change the pose, which will automatically just put them into that state. I completely forgot that that's how that works. And it is kind of neat that there is that hidden little thing where you could change your idle position if you know what to do. It's kind of cute. So funny story. I had to re-record this dungeon because halfway through I accidentally disabled it. So the interesting thing is that if a dungeon isn't needed for the MSQ, you can't actually use you can't use duty support on them. So this being an optional dungeon, we have to actually go in with other people, which is fair. So the 3 enemies that we had to take out are these doctors, which are... Oh, I guess we're doing all the enemies right now. Because I wanted to do this with duty support so we could slowly go through it with all of the... and get everything. Because there were some hidden chests that you can't get with a normal party. Because what happens is that people will just want to move on ahead instead of trying to... Wait, I'm just like looking at my waveform. I don't think... Let me move it up to there and see if that helps it. Yeah, is that, like, unless you're running in a party in which you tell them, like, hey, I want to deliberately get everything, you're probably not gonna get everything. Yeah, but by about this time, your 3rd doctor that you needed to take it out will have popped. We now need to take out the Fire Main and the Thunderclap Guivir. Only one of each of them, which is fairly normal because they're supposed to be mini bosses. So once we get to those mini bosses, we can take them out. I'll show what the actual mechanic is. Coming up here, but not many people actually do the mechanic on this section too much. So I'm gonna switch over to ice right now. So this is the Fire Main. If I remember correctly, originally, like, if you were to use ice on him, it'd be doing like twice as much damage and a third of the damage if you were actually using fire. So the mechanic is that every single time one of these guys hit the centerpiece, they explode into fire and do a lot of damage. Fortunately, though, it doesn't actually do too much damage to the people that are... Yeah, like that. It doesn't actually do too much damage to people that have good armor and are doing this for their daily roulette, so no one actually pays attention to it. Yeah, so we just get through it relatively simply. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to actually put the dungeon gear for this one in the glamour dresser, but some of the pieces of armor look kind of cool, you know? This bomb will attempt to blow up. I'm trying to stay back, so we don't get caught up on anything, but usually the gas bombs explode. This is the other mechanic. So these chains that are descending from the ceiling, we have to activate all of them to get through the door. And there are some times in which people will actually forget that that's what they have to do. And will actually just progress until the end of the dungeon. And then get to when they need to actually, like, get through the door and go like, wait, what's going on? It's actually kind of funny every once in a while when we're just like running ahead and then everyone like looks back and goes, oh. But yeah, we have to activate all of the chains in which they have a chance of dropping 3 lightning elementals, a bomb, or a chest, which is always really nice when they drop a chest. There's another chest that's just sitting over here, but no one ever really grabs it. It's just like one extra thing of loot, and again, considering that you get this dungeon when more than likely whatever class you're at is like at like 25, like what's going on with me, like the gear from this dungeon is not gonna help you. The only time it is gonna help you is if you actually got here, yeah, level 20. Like, you would need to have gotten here at the appropriate level, effectively. But not many people do, because usually they're going to be at like level like 25 by the time they get here. So you could understand why like a lot of the gear in this dungeon just wouldn't appeal to anyone, because you're either going to be going through as a higher level character and not need to worry about dungeon gear, or you're just slightly above level, and the stuff that you're getting from the MSQ is just not going to be surpassed for a bit, because your level 25 gear, I think, sticks around until level 40. I do kind of wish that there was a version of Skate that was, that was an instant cast AoE that only pinged enemies for like 50. Honestly, I think that would be funny. But yeah, if you hadn't activated all of those, the gate would not be open. And down here is our Thunderclap Guavier. Guaver? So I'm going to just stand right here and not really move. So the mechanic of the Guaver is that when it gets lightning on the ground, he will become invulnerable to attacks. And he will start shooting lightning bolts at us like this. And now he's vulnerable again, so we can go back and do this. This fight, honestly, is a little tedious, but it's not too annoying to deal with. You know? I kind of like how our tank, like, ran up on those, rocks over there, which I think is the only, like, patch on the, water right there that you won't get damaged by. Which is nice, because, you know, if the actual sprites were to have, been attracted to the tank instead of the entire rest of the party, like it normally does, it would have actually done something. Oh, I forgot to... There we go. Forgot my food buff. Yeah, most of the gear in here is just kind of brownish leather, but the striking gear, quote unquote, is red. So I kind of want to switch it out for the stuff on my monk, because the pugilist stuff right now is okay. Again, like, I kind of want to show some form of gear progression, but it's really hard to do that in this game. Because, to be completely honest, like, all the gear, while you're leveling up to 50, just does not look as good as the level 50 gear that you get from the level 45 gear that you get from your different classes when you're doing them. I was confused as to why I wasn't actually doing damage there for a second. Yeah, this is the... Unironically, this is the biggest problem with playing Thaumaturge or Black Mage, is that you're gonna be, like, starting these, like, these 3-minute, these 3-second casts, and by the time that the cast is actually done, you will have, the enemy will have died because the tank and DPS were all focusing that guy as well. It is honestly, like, the worst part about the class. It's why Scathe is important to keep on your hotbar. So if you're running around doing stuff, you could just flicker Scathe onto things. Oh, look at that, fire sprites. We actually needed that for the Thaumaturge hunting log. Honestly, sometimes it feels like you should just exclusively use Scathe and Ice, as a white mage, sorry, as a black mage, but like, I never want to give that piece of advice because it just doesn't sound right. Because fire takes too long to cast and it doesn't give as much damage as it should. But then again, we are using Fire 1 and Blizzard 1. Like, they automatically just don't do enough damage. When we get Fire 3 at level like 35 and Blizzard 3 at, I think 52? I think 52 is the level that we get Blizzard 3 at. We actually do significantly more damage, because when you're doing 3s, you can swap between doing Fire 3 and Blizzard 3 and not actually lose your stacks, which are pretty great. Yeah, optional dungeon done. Oh, we got Thunder 2 from that. Neat. Yeah, we actually got some hunting log stuff done. That's nice. So with that done, and out of the way, I might as well show the fact that we actually completed 5 unique dungeons. Instance dungeon raids or trials. So at this point at Hatali, you would have actually gotten to the dungeons. We discovered every location. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. I'm almost at level 30 with all of my hand and land. So what I might do is I might actually dedicate a whole episode to just going through the that stuff as well. But that might I'm gonna hold that off until later, so we could do like at least a little bit more in the story. Let's see what else we had to do for the hunting log. So we got the Hatali stuff done. Now I have to head to Oakwood, Broken Water, Alder Springs, and Dragonhead. What do we want to do this as? I think what we should do... Yeah, let's do it. I'll switch over the Paladin, and we're gonna go to these different places so we can fill this stuff out. First off is to Upper Lenotia, so let's do that one first. Okay, so now that we're up here in Upper Lenotia, I might as well do something over here as well. If you look at the map, you actually notice that Upper Lenotia is actually surrounding this lake over here. I always forget what the name of this lake is, actually. But normally, what you would do is that you would take a ferry to go over from one end to the other. Most people just fly over because it's really cool to just fly through, to fly past this whole structure that's up here, you know? But I should also mention this because this Junkmonger is where we could get salvaged gear. Salvaged gear is stuff that isn't really that interesting or useful, but you use this in crafts to create more items, like, yeah, that are like up in the like upper 30s to 50 range when it comes to level, which is kind of neat. We could use a 40 gil to kind of head over to the other half of Upper Lenotia to over here. And the only reason to really do that at this point is just to get the aetheryte, though. There we go. Yeah, I have to be kind of careful because all the enemies up here are like in their upper like mid-30s. So if I got into a fight, I would actually be a little bit outmatched, let's just say. Yeah, the area up here is actually kind of cool looking. It's like this big, like a massive, like, bone graveyard type stuff. But yeah, like, we're on par for the level of these guys, which, if that tells you anything about the rest of the hunting log, like, you'll know that you might actually be in a little bit of trouble if you're under-leveled for this part. Like, you're definitely not going to be wanting to instantly jump into this at level 20 when you would have gotten it. Me being, like, actually close to level 30 at this point is actually really helpful to take a lot of these guys out, you know? There we go. Both sets of kobolds done. We actually get quite a bit of flame seals from doing this, too. Like, each one of us is giving about, like, 400 each. Let's see. So, Southern Thanolin, North Shroud, and then Dragonhead. Southern Thanolin. Oh, I kind of just noticed something. Do I want to stop doing this now and just continue with the MSQ? Because what would happen is that if... I noticed my microphone was turned away from me. I'm like, huh, that's weird. So what we could do is we could stop, because the MSQ is going to ask us to go to Southern Thanolin, and then to North Shroud, and then to Korthus. And we could do that. But I kind of want to get this done now, so let's head to Broken Water. So, Southern Thanolin is one of the places we didn't really investigate too much in. So now we're up in the Northern Shroud, so we can find Lightwings. If I remember correctly, the only location where Lightwings spawn is just across this bridge in this little alcove over here. I could be wrong, though, but I distinctly remember that that's where I found them the first time. And this should be the last one. Yep, there we go. Now, what do we have left? All we have left is a bound wing. We have to head up the Dragonhead to do that, so I guess we get to show this off now. Okay, so up here is Korthus. It's a very snowed over area. So one of the interesting things about Korthus is that it was the endgame area for 1.0. When they switched over to 2.0, they covered this entire area with snow. That is quite the name. It is so long that if you look at it on the map, it's hard to even get it all in frame. The first Disterial Observatorium of Ethereal and Astrological Phenomena. Yeah. This Ethereal Yeah. A lot of long words to say. We are an outpost that does stuff. It's like, cool, dude. Chocobo Porter, no thanks. Okay. So, we need to find... Oh wait, no, that's Gladiator. We need to find Bound Wings, which are supposedly up in this area. So, if I remember correctly, Dragonhead extends up all the way through, like, right here. And I think this is where they are, like, right up here. But I am still going to need to find them first. Okay, figured it out. It's this, like, alcove over here that's, like, an inlet. If I remember correctly, this inlet over here is also a Guildhest, but, like, Oh, interesting thing about the Guildhest. I was actually attempting to do all of them. I'm not showing them on screen because they don't really have any significance besides doing them. But I remembered that there was actually an achievement for doing all 14 unique ones. So I might try to get that, but not sure fully at this point. Kind of carve our way through these enemies just so we can get to the ones that we actually wanted to fight. Yeah, he resembles the other ones that we fought with the axes, but just with a different name, I guess. There we go. All rank 1 hunting log entries for the Immortal Flames are complete. Now currently sitting at 14,000 flame seals because we have completed that. Now we can just head back to Ul'dah. Oh. For some reason I forgot I needed to stop moving the teleport. To qualify for the next promotion, you must complete rank 1 in the Grand Company objective logs and the hunting log, and I see you have done so. Current rank is Corporal. You need 5,000 to get to Sergeant 3rd class. There we go. With the power vested in me, I hereby appoint you to the rank of Flame Sergeant 3rd class. By this promotion, you're now eligible to undertake a wider range of company leaves. May you fight to the last recording country. Yay, I guess. Now we can access the second tab on the seal exchange, and I believe... No, we actually need to get one more class, dang it. As for another promotion. Okay, we actually did have enough points for that one as well. Expert delivery missions unlocked. So, the way that this works is that if we have gear that is not the traditional white gear, some people call it gray gear or whatever, but like anything that has like a colored name to it, hide gear set items, hide armory set items. So this is just the stuff that's sitting in our inventory right now. We could effectively sell this stuff for extra seals, which is a great way to actually get rid of all the dungeon items that we just don't need, because we're just not gonna use or put into our glamour dresser at all. So like, this is a good way to get rid of it that actually gets us some points. And if I believe, because we're now at the second tab, we are now able to buy... Nope. Still not able to buy glamour prisms. Insufficient rank. Oh well. I guess we just gotta rank up like one more time. 7,000? Yeah, we could do that. You do them high quality so you can get a little bit extra from it. You basically get like double. Like, look at this. The Steel Cell A is yeah, you basically double the amount because it's high quality. And not only are you getting like a bunch of experience from doing this, you also get a lot of Grand Company seals for doing this too. How many points do I have now? 10,000? Yeah. There we go. First class. So these manuals are actually pretty great. For the next 18 hours, you will get an additional like 150% experience boost to your experience for either gathering or crafting. Eventually, we are going to probably need to use these manuals for... We have, like, some gear we can get too, but... It's the next promotion. To be considered for the next rank, you must prove yourself in the eyes of Commander Swift. The Commander is here in the Hall of Frames. Speak to him to learn how you might go about proving your worth. Swift has a special assignment for you. Level 44? Yeah, I don't... Then again, I'm doing all of this stuff that you were supposed to be doing at endgame stuff anyway, just so I can get some more glamour prisms. All of that just so I could get a few more glamour prisms. So I decided to just jump in to continue recording because I ran into this, a leather map. So I don't think I've actually encountered one yet, so I should get... There we go. In the course of gathering, disciples of the land will occasionally discover items known as time-worn maps. Fishers can obtain the maps when using the snagging action. These tomes can be examined by using the general action Decipher. If you wish to learn more about the time-worn maps, it's recommended that you visit Wineport in eastern Lenotia. Okay, so this is probably either going to be like the beginning or the end of the video of like showing this off, but like since I just got the map while I was running around gathering stuff for Grand Company stuff, I might as well show it off. Here, let's go over to Aleport since I need to be over there anyway for gathering stuff. Okay, so I came all the way over here so I could talk to this character to start that quest. Turns out it's 36, so we're actually going to be coming back here later. But I thought I might as well show off the fact that on my Paladin right now, I am now wearing the full Flames outfit right now, because why not? Like, I even upgraded to the bonus shield. I believe... I can't remember if this is if this actually counts. I think it does. Like, it says right there it needs to equip, but like it's not glowing, so I don't know. Let me just equip both of those really quickly. Eh? I guess it doesn't care, quote unquote. Well, either way, we're gonna hold on to this time worm leather map until we can actually do this quest. But with our spare points, I ended up getting this half-barding, which is, if we were to pull up our companion right now, go to appearance, we can shift. How about we actually pull Topaz out so we can see what she looks like. There she is. And then we're going to switch to the half-barding on each one of them. And as you can see now, she's a little bit more armored. I actually kind of like the half-barding a little bit more than the full barding or the starting barding a little bit. But while I'm over here, I might as well just get these chocobo keeps that are over here and attune to this aetheryte over here because, might as well. Speaking of which, did I ever attune to the aetheryte that's over here? I guess so. There's also a leave over there. I think there's... Yeah, the leaves over here is like 35. So when that finally unlocks for me, I'll do that. I could actually do this with my healer, so I'll just do that really quickly. And then we can actually start continue on with what we were doing. Like, this is a very long aside just so I can get back to what I was doing. So I might actually put all these asides like at the beginning of the recording and then just have the everything from like self-management forward. So let's go do that. I'm constantly self-conscious of whether or not the audio is good or not, because I always feel like, hey, I found out what was causing my audio to peak, and then like 2 seconds later I look back at it and it's like, wait, why is it like so low now? And I don't want to be that person where it's like I want to actually give time and effort to like the audio of this game, and I want to make sure that my audio doesn't sound incredibly terrible. But at the same time, I also know that there's several people that would rather just hear the person who's playing talking through it instead of just ambience of the universe, you know? Also, we're gonna stick with Gladiator until we hit about like level 30 in the level. We knew far little of the Silphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Silence once more if we are able to... Oh, beg pardon. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think out loud, but tell me, what brings you to Adder's Nest? Me forgetting my food buff. There we go. Commander Vossail Hirolo has been awaiting the aid of the Scions. Hail, adventurer! I bid you to welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. I believe he has different dialogue if you actually did sign up for Twin Adder. I think he says something like, we don't have any pressing missions for you right now. You know, something like that. Ida and Papa Limo, always a pleasure to see you two. My men tell me that you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. Little Bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your Little Bird sings true. No doubt that you've heard that we're investigating the Silphs. That curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Trollswood home. Silphs are, for the most part, a peaceful bunch, much to the delight of the Elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely the reason why the Silph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst their ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gordania and the Silphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the Silphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Silphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That's where you Scions come in. Okay. The Silphs of Little Solace remain untempered and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Silphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there will enlighten you as to how to win the Silph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Silphs? That should be pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing for Whetstone Pier should take us right there. A friendly purveyor indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papa Lima. I like how we're all different colors. He's yellow, she's red, and I'm blue. And I'm in blue. Oh, I thought I had to cross over the ferry first. Aye, the ferry dock to this base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east that you should find the Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Thank you. Okay, I also listed this as my home Aetheryte right now, just in case anything happens. But yeah, here we are, over here. Emmeline? Yes, I'm indeed Emmeline of the Twin Adder. I understand that you are here to learn of the Silphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a weary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust. However, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know would you know more? Would you know more? You do well speak with the master of this hut, Wolf. He's forgotten more about the Silphs than he'll ever know. Rolf, Rolf Hawthorne, patriarch of the beekeeping Hawthorne family, is said to have been well versed in Silphic customs. Come to learn a thing or two about the Silphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're a particular folk. How particular, you ask? Well, let me tell you. They're, beg pardon. My memory is not what it used to be. I've seen so much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Also, yes, I understand that he is a more younger character model, but oh well. If you think that they're going to be able to, that they aren't able to put in a beard that isn't like less than a centimeter off of your face, they're not going to be able to figure out how age works with character models in A Realm Reborn either. The Silphs? Yes, Father told me of many of his stories plenty of times. What I've found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd do best to not underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face ends up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Eh. Finger got stuck in my hair. Okay, two more people we need to talk to. It looks like they're both outside. Yeah, okay, one is up here. Silphs? The invertebrate, the inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day they'll be drawing mobile faces on our masks, and next they'll be sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they'll just laugh at you. Wolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Okay. And there's... oh, there you are. Quickest way to a quiverwoman's heart might be through her stomach, but I don't think of the... I don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on the Silphs. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Okay. So... yeah? Sounds about normal for these type of entities. Of course, hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought my memories flitting back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together like a little toe tapping. A Sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You'd do well to remember this. It may help win the favor of our forest friends. Wolf Hawthorne would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the Silphs. You still here, eh? Great. There's still one more thing that you should know about the Silphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along Drat, what was it again? My wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. Okay. Now we just gotta head over to the other hut that's sitting out here. A peace offering for the Silphs. Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more than the unusual. You are perchance familiar with milkroot. That's what we call the root of that most fiendish seedkin, the Ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that is said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the Silphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've seen an Ochu around the comb in haven't seen an Ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example? You might be surprised what comes out. Good luck. I like how she's like, now, I've never done drugs before, but if you wanted to synthesize your own methamphetamines, all you have to do is follow this process. It's so funny. It's like, okay, I will believe you, uh, old woman that looks no younger than 23. Let's see, their mouth is on top of them. Pretty nasty. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milk root. The thick white sap extracted from this Ochu root has the power to grant user wondrously terrible visions. Milk root, of course those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the sylphs calling you friend and sister the moment they lay eyes on it. Now, let me wrap it up for you. I'm starting to feel a little woozy from looking at it. Rolf Hawthorne has gift wrapped your offering in preparation for your journey into the Silphs Demants. Okay, I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root, well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, and not mention spare you the god's awful stench. Sylphs love this stuff, but me? I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of a Marlboro and put an end to my adventuring days. Oh, that put an end. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The Silphs are both an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind of heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend. And do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it, if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Ah, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Amaline here would have a word with you. Traveling safely, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, it's not because he's old, you know, even though it's really coded that he's supposed to be old. It's because he accidentally got attacked by Marlboro, which puts every status affliction on you, like as a trope of Final Fantasy. And it's believed that because he got hit by that, he is now addled permanently. So it's like, oh, I see. Okay. It's like that explains why he's having memory loss. He's not really as active as he used to be. That makes sense. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Kumushio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion. He has a close ear on his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that melodious, malodorous root these sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import to you, a missive from the Elder Seatsir herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, It vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources, and we could ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. Okay, so here we are at Little Solace. Walking One is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking One should go home. Leave this one be. That, what they want you to do is you want to click on Komusho. I believe the X is pronounced like an SH, so it's Komusho. So, keep doing that. Keep right-clicking instead of left-clicking. And then you have to dance in their general direction. This one performs Walking One. This one would welcome Walking One who moves like these ones. If Walking One would talk with this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so Walking One should speak with quick tongue. Walking One would bring gift to this one. Walking One is most kind. There's the milk root, and then there's the letter. Walking One brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Gives many, many thanks. Walking One carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking Ones should not worry. Hello there. We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat you to treat with your people. Hi, we've come to pay our respects to your elder, and learn from him more of your Lord Ramuh. Who are these ones? These Walking Ones come from Gridania? Walking Ones became Dancing One and brought Milk Root, but Walking One tricks this one. This one not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder One is busy. Walking Ones should go home. Go home, you say? But the Silphs of Little Solace have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Blue here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seatsir herself. Still you would refuse us? This one's reasons for no business of Walking Ones. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking Ones waste everyone's time. Oh, I never. Turned away at the gates. Whatever do we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Blue's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we're no choice but to ask around to see how we might earn their trust. Weak potions. Cool. Immediately gonna sell it. Ida has a notion of how one might earn the Silph's trust. Say, Blue, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all the trouble to learning the Silph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a Silph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow, my bloody leg cramps of mine are acting up again, though. Thanks, Ida. Walking One would be friends with these ones? This one is overjoyed, but this one would keep ways of weaving a secret. If a Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way. Ooh, Walking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. What does Walking One want with this one? Elder One warned this one not to get too friendly with walking ones. Oh, whoops. Ah, walking one is a friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious Elder One of Forest City knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Cool, can we now continue on? Blue, would you let I hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and spirits to all of Little Solace. Better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. Papalimo has a notion of how you might endear yourself to the Silphs of Little Solace. Blue, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see where I'm getting at. The Silphs who've made their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from the woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled Silphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. Sound plan, would you not say? That said, these Silphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hira Media. Oh, Hira Amidia, of the Gridanians who reside here. She is most like to be privy to the Silph's troubles. No, they are. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The Silphs of Little Solace are solely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from malms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Gorlins and Gullnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying each one should serve as a warning to the last. Furthermore, perhaps that you would like to gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in Silphic culture, and I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easy to come by. When you are done with these deeds, seek out Komosho. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Well, that's a lot of stuff that just appeared. Slay a Ziz Gorlon and obtain 3 brownie brushes. Okay. Oh, I also have to slay a Gullnat. One should be over here then. Sorry if I sound tired. I actually kind of am. For some reason, it's like... It's only like 4 in the afternoon, and I'm just completely drained of energy, and I don't know what's causing it. I'm probably going to, right after I'm done recording this little bit, I'm probably going to make like a bunch of food, eat it, and then take a nap, you know? Oh, there they are. Okay, so the brownie brushes were these tiny plants that are inside each one of the circles. Okay. I was just glossing over what they were looking like for a bit and just not realizing that there was a piece of text. Like, now I can see it, but like, I just wasn't paying attention before, I guess. Dancing One is still here? Dancing One can dance all day. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Here's some brownie brushes, by the way. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can die third once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One kills bitey buzzy ones. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing One is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come to these abodes, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was not wrong to dance to trust it. Was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. Komusho of Little Souls would entrust you with a task. This one asked Dancing One for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since Walking One last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always be careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come to home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' homes are in danger. Danger! The one begs of Dancing One is to help this one no more. Speaking is one... Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in the hut house and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something, but this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness and of Dancing One. I could read Urianje's text nearly flawlessly, like almost every time, but these ones are just confusing to me. I don't know why. Strange steel walking ones. Yes, this one has seen steel walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones hunt for shiny treasure? This one likes treasure. Shush, shush. This one says, steel walking ones are scary like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. I like how that one just posted up next to the entrance to the Silph lands. I'm kind of like, nah, if anything comes through here, I'm making sure that everyone's not screwed. Men clad in strange armor. Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest, and I simply assumed they were adventurers. Okay. Well, it means that they can't be Garleans, or else people would have, like, I immediately identified the fact that they were Garleans, you know? Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they were plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Okay, maybe I guess they were Garleans, and people are just like, I wonder what they're doing here. Curious, and then they just continue on with their day, I guess. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees steel walking ones come from Empire. Carry boxes, go deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty no-good things. This one knows forest well. Steel one's just trying to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes mark right here. This one is where steel ones hide. This one knows. Dancing One will go look for steel ones, yes? Okay, so it looks like it's just in that little alcove right there in between the more open sections. Completely forgot to turn my my microphone back on. Man, I really am getting tired. I need to like sit down and actually like eat something quickly. So right after I turn this in, like it'll probably jump cut like probably not a whole day, but at least like a good few hours, because I'm gonna just lay down and eat something, I guess. Dancing One is back! This one breathed sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something. A list of supplies and material to be delivered to a certain Imperial stronghold. Dancing one found paper inside a box. This one is a message from Empire. This one can read Walking One's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside the boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know to find them? Is there sneaky ones hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to steel walking ones. This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friends with this one. High potion, because why not? Kamusho is pining for wayward friend. Helpful one arrives at a good time. This one needs help with... this one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones, named Glacio, ventured in outside of Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Glacio. Glacio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Glacio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. Okay. Okay, here I am in Immortal Flames gear, mostly because I'm not sure if I put the thing at the beginning or at the end at this point, but I am gonna do one of those of me getting the outfit and talking about like all the stuff before. It's probably gonna be the beginning. So just so you know the timeline of things. What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solace, to make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden following this one. Away with Meddling One. Okay. I had to like clear out like so many of these ones because like they would not stop bothering me. Like there was no way I was gonna be able to talk to the NPC like that. What? Glacio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry. Hurry and find Glacio. Helpful one should search for spools of thread on forest floor. Those things will always lead Helpful one to Glacio. Hurry, hurry before touched ones take Glacio away. Okay. Guess we gotta find that one. Yeah, they're like all the way up into the corner. So, funny story. I was up here a little bit ago because I was farming these bugs with the very unfortunate name. Because they drop Scalekin blood, and I was using them for like several crafts. So I just like farmed like 50 of them while I was up here, instead of running back here every time. Looks like we're gonna get into a battle here. Great. I love the single audio cue of things loading in. Meddling One is back. This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Kamosho that this one will never go back. Never. Oh no, it's the purple, it's the red cabbage variety. Touched ones go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Blue. These Silphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of Primal Ramu. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these Silphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer the words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Yeah, so, as you can see, Papalimo is a thaumaturge, and Ida is a, pugilist. Actually, whoops. Maybe I should, put that one on to draw their fire. Uh-oh. Stinky one is scary. Stinky one makes this one's head go fuzzy. Blue, I can handle this beast. You take care. Okay. There's something not right about this marble. Ignore it and focus your attacks on the Silph. Hurry, Pavlima, I can't bear the stench any longer. Doing the best we can. If we dispatch the Silphs, surely. A milk root. Oh! It's being affected by the, It's being affected by the, by the white liquid thing. Yeah. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Calacio, this one has been worried. So very worried. Is Calacio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Kamushio, and meddling one as well? Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Calacio. That Calacio is safe fills this one with joy. Kamushio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from the little Solus. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like touched ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one. This one is grateful. This one we return to Little Solace to be with Kamusho and friendly ones. Okay, so, I'm helpful one, and these two are friendly ones. Got it. Well, that should be nice. Well, that should see to that. Let's say we return to Little Solace as well. I, for one, would do with a nice hot bath. This one thought Calacio was lost forever. Helpful one saved Calacio now. These ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... And I actually remembered to eat a thing of food to get me an XP buff on this one. There we go. Now we have Gladiator to 30. So I might as well just start doing a Summoner. Yeah, I might as well just start doing Arcanist for the rest of these to get it as well to above 30, you know? So I can do that. 1 second while I fix the, my glamour. Like, it might seem trivial to some people, but one of the reasons why I wanted to do this story, and the reason why I'm so adamant about making each class have a specific, glamour to it right now, is, because I'm trying to actually do, like, in the best way, I want to kind of feel like my character is actually, like, running these classes, you know? And I don't know, I just still really like the Acolyte set with Red Hat on Arcanist. It just looks so good, you know? Kamusho would make a confession to you. This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one promised not make Kind One to see, promised to take Kind One to Elder One, yes, but this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went to forest yesterday, but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into the forest, but never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of a walking one named Buscaron. Buscaron may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buscaron, but walking ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscaron for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania live many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to Gridania and ask fellow Kind Ones for help. And please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. Okay. So, we never actually talked about it, but the place where Buscaron is just, in South Shroud. But it looks like we have to actually go back to the Adder's Nest to, relay that information and get the exact location, you know? But we just need to wait for things to load in. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fair are your diplomatic efforts with the Silph tribes? Their elder's gone missing, you say? Why, if he were to end up in the hands of the Tempered Ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure that the Silphs, that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone will be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon Giamuklo at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver that message that the Wood Whalers are needed in the search effort. Okay. Where is Bent Branch? 1 second. Oh, it's... Okay, so it's just over there. A message from Commander Hirolo, you say? The Silph Elder has vanished. Worry not, friend. The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. Okay. And now we just need to find Buscaron, which again is just on the other side of, Actually, if you remember from earlier... Oh wait, I don't know if I actually showed that part. It should be right where we mined a bunch of silver for our glamour prisms. Oh, I should put this in right now. I turned off mount music for right now, unless there's specifically a mount I want to show the music to. Because even though the Chocobo music is great, and I really like a lot of the musical tracks, for later parts of the game, like, we're going to be running around on our mounts a lot, and it'd be really distracting to not hear the actual, like, area music, and instead just hear the mount music, you know? Okay, so welcome to the South Shroud. I'm not sure if I actually introduced any of these areas. There's a leave quest down here that I need to get, and also, Feisty Little Chocobo, which I might do at the beginning of the next episode, because it's going to help us do stuff with our, companion Chocobo here. Oh, Ida and Papalimo are already here. The Silphs are known to avoid the South Shroud. What could have compelled the Silph Elder to come here? But the question of motive must wait. Finding him is our foremost priority. With things relatively calm over in Little Solace, we can focus our search efforts on this area. Buscaron is a good friend of ours. There's no place like his for the latest gossip in the South Shroud. Okay. Just in here. You must be, Buscaron. Well met, adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of... And not here to fill your belly, then. Ah, a hunger for news, is it? Aye, there's been talk of a Silph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it was the Elder you seek. These woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk would struggle to tell the two of them apart. If you've the time, mayhap you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know, you might even stumble across this Sylph Elder yourself. Buscarin would use an adventurer to douse a fight brewing at his establishment. Should I do this now? Like, let me just double check to see how much footage I currently have right now. And it was at that point that I realized that I had been recording for literally like 3 to 4 hours at that point. So I decided to cut the video right there, and we're gonna start the next episode doing some stuff at the beginning and then going on to the rest of it to make like a full like set of time. But don't worry. Also, I've been looking at the audio levels for this whole episode, so hopefully this sounds a little bit better. Uh, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the game audio, especially after the stream I did later, in which now the audio was like all over the place, but hopefully it made my actual like microphone audio at least bearable. So I'll see all y'all later. Goodbye.